The names have been revealed central to the contract tampering allegations that AEW President Tony Khan made against WWE. We got the ratings for this past Tuesday's episode of NXT, and what did the viewership and demo numbers look like in comparison to last week's episode that went head-to-head with AEW Dynamite on TBS. The NWA has signed not one, but two television deals with a major network. We'll let you know who that is and when we can expect NWA episodes to be airing on that network. Has CM Punk's reputation been damaged by the events in All Elite Wrestling? A WWE star has questioned that. An update on a December AEW PayPerView Plus. Adam Copeland will be live on Dynamite tonight. We'll let you know what he's scheduled to be doing. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. And let's start off talking about contract tampering allegations made by AEW President Tony Khan towards the WWE, and which name specifically turned the business very personal, according to Tony Khan himself. Now let's get straight into this, because last week, AEW CEO Tony Khan took to social media and said that business became personal with WWE after he was informed that the Stamford, Connecticut-based promotion had allegedly tampered with the contracts of, quote, many AEW talent, end quote, while he was by his mother's side in the hospital. Wrestling reporter Sean Ross Sapp provided a couple of the alleged names involved on Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp Backstage Report show. Quote, I can tell you two of the situations in which Khan took it personally, one of which was Swerve Strickland, who signed a multi-year deal on pay-per-view, being contacted for the Hit Row reunion, Sapp said. He, I believe, referred WWE or their talent relations person to his lawyer. And then there was the other instance when Tony Khan's mother was in the hospital. It became abundantly clear that WWE had contract tampered and spoke with William Regal and offered him a new role there, as he already had one prepared. So that's why he took it personally, end quote. Now, Khan took a handful of shots at WWE last week on social media as AEW Dynamite went head-to-head with WWE NXT for the first time since October 2022. Dynamite switched to Tuesday night due to live sports coverage on TBS. Regarding the names involved in the alleged contract tampering, Swerve Strickland is still with AEW, while William Regal returned to WWE as the Vice President of Global Talent Development earlier this year. Tampering, if you're not familiar, is a term used by several sporting leagues and sporting situations. For instance, tampering is a term used in the National Football League. That's what they use for the forbidden practice of teams contacting their competitors' respective contracted players to interfere with their relationship or otherwise induce them to seek employment with another squad. Absent a central governing authority in professional wrestling and union for the industry's workers, it's unclear what Khan's insinuating with his use of the phrase, quote, contract tampering, and what, if any, malfeasance he is implying. But certainly, what are your thoughts on the names in question? What other names do you think possibly WWE had reached out to last year? There were rumors of Malachi Black, Keith Lee, and others. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. And do you think Tony Khan should have reacted the way he did on social media last week? Now, speaking of AEW, of course, last week they went head-to-head with NXT on Tuesday. NXT was unopposed in terms of professional wrestling competition this week. So how did they do coming off last week's absolutely jam-packed episode featuring the names of like The Undertaker, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and much more? Now, NXT last night, that being on October 17 on USA Network, drew an average of 798,000 viewers, which is a big drop from last week's 921,000 viewers and more in line with the 791,000 NXT drew the prior 4 weeks. For comparison, AEW Dynamite has not drawn under 800,000 viewers on a Wednesday night since May 3rd, and only 3 times since the start of 2022. But 1 year ago this week, NXT drew 676,000 viewers. The 10-week average 1 year ago through this week was 688,000 compared to 757,000 this year in the last 10 weeks. So NXT is still outperforming year-ago numbers at a time when WWE Raw and AEW Dynamite are down from year-ago numbers. In the key 18 to 49 demographic, NXT drew a 0.23, which is down from a 0.30 last week, and in line with the prior 4-week average of a 0.23 as well. 1 year ago, NXT drew a 0.18 demo rating, an average 0.13 over the 6-week period compared to a 6-week average of a 0.24 right now. Last week's episode of NXT that drew live and same-night viewership of 921,000 viewers, topped 1 million after just 3 days. Obviously, we'll have the final 7-day total probably next week at this point. But what are your thoughts on the numbers for NXT last night? Obviously, it was expected that it would go down, but certainly what we are seeing is NXT is up considerably, not only in total viewership, but also in the key demographic year over year. Is it evidence that this main roster influence is working, as well as the booking practices that Shawn Michaels has implemented over the last 12 to 18 months too? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, there had been reports and rumours, actually coming from Billy Corgan himself, that the NWA had signed a new television deal, not one, but 2 television deals, and now we have details on who they are with, because the NWA has signed with the CW. This is quite big news for the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, earlier this week on Busted Open Radio, Billy Corgan made headlines when he gave an update on the future of the NWA, which he purchased in 2017. Quote, "I can now say for the first time, and I have to be a bit vague because there's some other political aspects to this," he prefaced, "I can now say that we finally have signed not just 1, but 2 television deals. And that announcement as far as where and who will be coming, it will be coming very soon. But we are able to move off YouTube, not exclusively because we want to still do stuff on YouTube, but we now will be moving with a network partner. I can't say who, but I can say it's a top 20 network, and I'm very excited. I've been working on this for over a year, and like I said, not just 1, but 2 television deals are involved. 2 totally different wrestling-related products that we'll be offering. So 2024 is looking very, very bright," end quote. Now, Nick Hausman of House of Wrestling is exclusively reporting that they have learned that the top 20 network Corgan refers to is the CW. Now, some logistics are being worked out, but an official announcement should be coming relatively soon. The 2 TV deals that Corgan mentioned are for 2 different NWA products that will air on the CW, NWA Power, and a reality TV show about the day-to-day behind-the-scenes business of the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, a reality TV show about running a pro wrestling company is something Corgan has wanted to do actually for quite some time. He nearly pulled it off a decade ago when he was running Resistance Pro Wrestling in Chicago and inked a deal with A&E to produce one. While some content was filmed for a Resistance reality show, the network pulled the plug on all of its reality show content, and the project was scrapped before making it to the air. This new reality show about the NWA has already started filming, and House of Wrestling have been told that it actually should be completed fairly soon. Despite the reality show likely being completed before new in-ring content can be filmed, NWA Power is expected to debut on the CW before the reality show. NWA Power has already undergone production upgrades for its latest season, and House of Wrestling have been told those changes were made in anticipation of this move to the CW. It was not made clear to Nick Hausman if Power will be 1 or 2 hours long, but it does not sound like it will be a live broadcast. The way it was described to House of Wrestling was that Power will be pre-taped episodes in blocks, such as companies like Impact does for Access TV, i.e. they would hold television tapings maybe over the course of a couple of days, and those TVs would then air over the next 3 to 4 weeks or something like that. As far as the NWA's future on YouTube goes, it was speculated to Nick Hausman that the new NWA territories that Corgan is launching could find a home on the NWA channel. The NWA recently announced that Exodus Pro Wrestling in Cleveland has become their first official territory, and they have also been told that 2 other territories are being worked on, so those territories could be the content that airs on YouTube. Now, WOW, Women of Wrestling, which airs on many of the CW affiliates, regularly actually outdraws Impact Wrestling in terms of viewership, pulling in between 250 to 450,000 viewers per episode. WOW's performance gives those within NWA optimism that they will find a solid audience and could in fact possibly outdraw Impact Wrestling on Access TV as well. So what are your thoughts on this NWA TV deal? Do you think it's good for pro wrestling? Do you think it's good for the NWA? Are you surprised to see them get a deal with the CW? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Really interesting stuff, this. Now, CM Punk. Everyone's always talking about CM Punk and the Road Dogg. WWE Hall of Famer, the Road Dogg, is the latest to discuss how things ended for him in AEW. Now, of course, Tony Khan and AEW officially announced that CM Punk's contracts with the company were terminated on September 2nd. Punk's termination came following the investigation into the backstage incident at AEW All In at Wembley Stadium in London. Following his AEW departure, many have speculated about Punk potentially making a return to WWE at Survivor Series in Chicago this year. The most recent report noted that WWE had turned down the chance to sign Punk for now, but the teasers for a potential arrival have continued on WWE television. Many believe that CM Punk maybe damaged his reputation with his AEW departure, but WWE Hall of Famer Road Dogg spoke about Punk on his All You Didn't Know podcast, where he questioned if that's really the case. He said, quote, "Is his reputation damaged? That's the question I would ask. His reputation in what? Wrestling? Come on, man. There's so much more than wrestling. Does he have a reputation that he needs to protect? I don't know. From everything we've heard about his time in AEW, he did come off as a negative actioner, but was he? Because we don't really know what happened. We didn't see and hear everything. It's just that everybody guesses and speculates." So really, Road Dogg saying that maybe not everything you've heard about CM Punk is entirely true, and that isn't a reason for him not to go into another pro wrestling company if indeed they are interested in him. Now, speaking of AEW, there's been quite a bit of speculation about another pay-per-view being provided this year that isn't AEW Full Gear coming up next month. AEW has added a number of pay-per-view events to its calendar in 2023, including the first ever AEW Wrestle Dream event earlier this month, as well as AEW All In at Wembley Stadium this year as well. On top of those events, another new event is reportedly planned to take place later this year, and there has been an update on the potential event. Per Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, the latest update on the event is that it's currently scheduled to take place on Saturday, December 30. It was previously reported that In Demand had confirmed that AEW had secured the date for a potential new pay-per-view, so that would seemingly confirm the date for the show. The name and theme of the potential new event is not yet known. With AEW Collision taking place on Saturday night, it's not yet known what the status will be for that night's planned episode of Collision. Of course, AEW's next pay-per-view event is Full Gear on November 18, which will feature MJF defending his AEW World Championship against Switchblade Jay White. With Collision that weekend, it's going to be moved possibly to a Friday, so it could be a similar situation as we head into this December pay-per-view. The ending of AEW Wrestle Dream saw the AEW debut of Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge, who made his in-ring debut on last week's Title Tuesday episode of Dynamite, so we could be about to witness another pay-per-view coming up later this year in December. Could that be a Winter is Coming pay-per-view, or could it be something entirely different? Let me know your predictions about that. Now, speaking of Adam Copeland, he's set for AEW Dynamite tonight. Adam Copeland's plans for this week's October 18 edition of AEW Dynamite have now been revealed. With the former Edge set to be in Houston, Texas for tonight's show, AEW has now revealed that Copeland will share his rebuttal to Christian Cage during the episode. AEW shared the following preview for the segment, quote, "The Rated R superstar Adam Copeland finally gets his rebuttal to Christian after being cut off by the TNT champion on Saturday night's AEW Collision. Copeland was notably cut off by Cage on the October 14 edition of Collision, interrupted by the TNT champion ahead of Cage's title defense. In the main event of the show, Cage defeated Bryan Danielson to retain his gold following interference from AEW Tag Team Champions Big Bill and Absolute Ricky Starks. Alongside Adam Copeland's rebuttal this evening, we've got the 2023 Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal, Jay White versus Penta El Zero Miedo, Kenny Omega versus Kyle Fletcher. We're going to be hearing from Sting, which many have speculated could be an update on his future. We're going to also be hearing from Timeless Tony Storm. Nick Wayne and his mother will be talking to Jim Ross, and also we're going to be getting, as I mentioned, Adam Copeland's Rated R rebuttal. But there you go, guys. It's the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.